Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Dale Carnegie. My friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, be stoic about this process. You will get there. Put in the time and energy. Learn. Do not be discouraged by not always getting it. This comes with time. Anybody who tells you they've got some unbelievable new indicator that's going to guarantee, they're lying to you. Lying. If that were true, they would never tell you. Now, again, it's going to take practice each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. You can do this. What do we rely on? We rely on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, volume, and trend lines. Now, what do we see going on right now? Well, for the day, stocks and Bitcoin are up a little bit. Bonds and gold are down a little bit. Now let's jump first into the S&P 500. What do we see going on this week? Not much. Do you see? Let me try to make it bigger. That's all we got this week. And I had to zoom way in to be able to show you that little green spinning top. There's lots of indecision. Look at the 2-day chart sliding sideways. Those little bitty candles, you can barely see those. I really have to stretch out the cost side just so you can see something. This latest candle, first day of the latest 2-day candle, is just sitting right there, just barely below. It's a red doji. Look at what's happening with the half-day chart. It popped up above the weekly trend line and is sort of slowly rolling below. Which way is the market going to go? Up 0.12%, the S&P for the day. We don't know. Volume, it's about where it could be on a Wednesday to still be able to get up to average volume by Friday. But we got a red volume line there, got a red volume on the 2-day, and we got a red volume on the half-day. So again, we see weakness here, but we don't see anything powering down. So we're keeping our powder dry, trying to figure out which way it is gonna go. So again, what's happening? Not a lot. And until we get a trend, we don't have anything to follow, do we? Because we are what? We are trend followers. We wait for reversals on the weekly chart for us to be able to jump in. How do they work? Well, this last one was about 12%. That was pretty good. This one that went down, we captured 1.62%. Again, wanted it to go lower. It did not, but that's okay. Let's look at where we are on the NASDAQ 100. Up for the day, 0.38%. Now again, sideways slide here on the 2-day. Not much on the weekly as far as the candle goes. You can see though where that wick, well, let's zoom in on that. See what we got there. We can see where that wick was getting up toward the green, but just hasn't quite made it this week. It does look better as far as the pattern goes. It looks better than the S&P that doesn't look so bright, where the candle is really falling below the weekly trend line. But it looks better on the weekly on the NASDAQ 100. We look at where we are on the 2-day, just sort of skirting along, staying above. Same on the half-day. It's moved up and down a little bit, but it's staying above that weekly trend line, unlike the S&P. So again, waiting for things to sort themselves out. If the market doesn't tell us what it's doing, then we don't do anything, do we? No, we're not gamblers. We're not stupid. Now, let's go on to 20-year bonds. What's up with them? They were down 0.02%. Again, we're in a downtrend as far as the trend line we've drawn has gone. Nothing accelerating. You can see where we've just really, we popped up 2 weeks ago, but we've really just, been sliding sideways, tending down for the last 2 weeks. Below that trend line on the half-day and the 2-day. Not much happening. Now, at some point there'll be a catalyst and it'll go up or down. When it does, we'll be there for it. Gold down for the day, 0.23%. What do we see going on with gold? Well, it tried to catch some fire after moving down. And then what did it do? It sort of died on the vine and dying even more this week with a doji. We look at the 2-day chart, we can see where it's rolled through the weekly trend line. Same on the half day. That actually started back on last Wednesday, the 6th of September. Move through, then sideways, then drop down again, and down some for the day today. Which way's gold going? It's not accelerating anywhere. We will be paying attention to the volume. You can see this afternoon the volume was low here on the first day of the latest 2-day candle. And we'll keep an eye on where volume goes by the time we wrap up this week in the next 2 days. Could it get up to average volume? It could. If it did, probably going to be accelerating down. We'll wait, we'll watch, we'll see. What about Bitcoin? Up a little bit, 0.30. Again, nothing moving up a lot or down a lot. So again, we're just sort of stuck right now. Market's looking for something to push it one way or the other. Now, we look at Bitcoin, we can see that it's still in a confirmed down move. We can see where we are with this weak candle for the week. We can look at the 2-day and see where it's pushing through the trend line at this point, first day. Now, it could move back down tomorrow. We look for the last 2 days. We can see where Bitcoin popped up quite nicely in the morning on Tuesday. Sort of fell back Tuesday afternoon, sort of started trying to move up some, but again, hasn't reached that high that it topped off on Tuesday morning. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin, see which way it's going to go. I'm just hoping it'll continue to pull back for a while longer. Now remember, the last time it pulled back, it stopped about where it is right now, about where that weekly candle for this week bottomed out. Again, that's the only spot where we see that ended up being some kind of floor. So don't know what that means at this point. If it bounces off of it again, it might start setting more of a floor that we could recognize. But that's where we are. That's where we are, folks, at the end of the day on Wednesday. We're so glad you're with us. We always love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. cw@chartingwealth.com. If you're not a Patreon member, you appreciate what we do, go there, sign up. First thing you get is Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth way. If you're interested in options, boy, do we have the training for you. And it comes in your first email from us when you become a Patreon member at any of our 3 levels of support. They help underwrite the cost of putting this channel out for you every day with all the free trainings and stuff we do. If you do like what we do, like and subscribe to our YouTube and everything else. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters